this much when you recruited him, or did you expect him to be this good this quick?
Certainly I wouldn't have recruited Brandon if I didn't think he was going to be good enough to play for us, right?
But I mean, this early.
So, we have veterans, here, like Terrence. Like, had Terrence been on last year's team, I told him the other day, like, Terrence would have played a lot of minutes. He's just not on last year's team, he's on this year's team. And so sometimes it is the way it shakes out. And that's not a knock on last year's team, it's just that team needed someone like Terrence. And, for this year's team, Brandon has stepped into a role that, is really impactful. He comes in and he gives you that energy and that effort and defensive intensity, athleticism, while maintaining the IQ on the offensive end. That's really good for us as well, and understanding what his role is on the offensive end. And, it's been fun to watch him, kind of mature into that role. And it started pretty early because Zeb was out, so he was kind of forced into it early. And but again, anytime you recruit kids, you're not sure. I mean, you know their talent, or you know their character, you know why you want them to join your program, but you don't know until you start practicing and you get them out there, and there's competition involved with determining who's playing and who's not. And Brandon certainly has earned everything that he's gotten.
Thomas had, I think, 15 in the first half the other night, and then 4 in the second. Brandon guarded him for a long time, was a big part of slowing him down. Has he kind of become your defensive stopper on the perimeter when you've got an opposing guard who's going off?
We have confidence in a lot of the guys on defense, I think, but certainly Brandon, that's one of his, many roles that he has when he comes in the game is to put pressure, on the other team's guards, and he can guard 1 through 3. He can guard the point guard and pressure him up the court like he did the other night. But he also can guard bigger guys as well and switch. So he's a versatile player, plays much bigger than his height, from a quickness and athleticism standpoint. But, I think the other night, Thomas got loose in transition, a couple of times. And I think some of that was self-inflicted by us in the first half. We foul him, it goes into the bonus right away, he shoots 2 easy free throws. That kind of started the run. Foul 94 feet from the basket. And then we had a couple of turnovers, that turned into baskets for him. And so when you do that against good players, it gets them going. And in the second half, the offense was a little bit better. We got shots, which allowed us to set our defense, and we become harder to score on. Brandon's certainly a big part of that.